Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
WWE head of creative Triple H shared a message ahead of Monday Night Raw. The show is slated to air from PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Moments before the show, the game took to his X/Twitter account to run down the major matches scheduled for the show. The 55-year-old asked the fans if they were ready for the action to commence at 6 p.m. ET, instead of the usual time. Tonight, the action heats up on #WeRaw. And it all starts at a special start time of 6 p.m. ET live on at Netflix. Are you ready? He wrote. Triple H sends message to Saudi Arabia following Night of Champions. Triple H has sent a heartfelt message following WWE Night of Champions 2025. The PLE aired live last night from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The King of Kings took to social media today to send a message of thanks following Night of Champions. He noted that it was an incredible weekend for the company and thanked Turki Al-Sheikh for his hospitality and for allowing the promotion to put on a show for the fans. An incredible weekend in Riyadh for WWE. Thank you to @Turki_Al-Sheikh for the hospitality and putting on a great show for the WWE Universe, wrote Triple H. John Cena retained the undisputed WWE Championship against CM Punk in the main event of Night of Champions 2025. Seth Rollins tried to cash in his Money in the Bank contract during the title match, but the Nation leader prevented it. Cody Rhodes defeated Randy Orton in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament at the PLE last night and will be challenging John Cena for the title at SummerSlam as a result of the victory. Vince Russo reveals what is missing from Triple H's WWE. Wrestling veteran Vince Russo recently explained what he felt was missing from the company under Triple H's leadership. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Bro Down show, the legend complained about the lack of storytelling in today's product. He stated that the company kept repeating the same thing, and there was a lack of weekly storyline progression. The way I did it when I was at that WWE, we wrote for pay-per-view to pay-per-view so we knew what the pay-per-view match was going to be, so we had 4 weeks to build to that match. So, every week you did something, you progressed it a little. The next week, you progressed it a little and finally the go-home show, it was hot and everybody wanted to see the match. That's what's missing here because from week 1 to week 4 they just keep repeating the same thing over. There's no progression, Russo said. From 2252 onwards. The promotion is now on the road to Evolution 2 and Saturday night's main event next month. It will be fascinating to see what Triple H and the company's creative team have in store for fans following Night of Champions 2025. Triple H leaned back in his chair inside the backstage gorilla position, a place he'd made his war room ever since stepping fully into his role as WWE's chief content officer. Monday nights had always meant something special to him, but tonight was different. Tonight wasn't just about delivering 3 hours of sports entertainment, it was about reminding the world why Raw was still the heartbeat of WWE. He tapped a few lines into his phone, rereading them for the 10th time before hitting record. It wasn't like him to be nervous, not about cutting a promo, not about talking to the fans. But tonight, it mattered. The lights overhead buzzed softly as he looked into the phone camera. "What's up, WWE Universe?" he began, voice carrying that familiar grit that once echoed through arenas when he called himself the Game. "It's Triple H here. And I'm about to ask you a question I haven't asked in a long time, are you ready?" He paused, that sly grin crossing his face. No, I said are you ready? Because tonight's not just another Raw. Tonight, we flipped the script. Tonight, we set the bar all over again. As he spoke, the sounds of backstage life carried on behind him, production crew hustling with headsets on, superstars warming up, pyrotechnics crew double-checking final cues. The energy was electric. Triple H thrived on that chaos. It reminded him of the Attitude Era, when anything could, and usually did, happen. This isn't about nostalgia, he continued, adjusting the phone slightly to catch the Raw logo blazing across the wall behind him. This isn't about reliving old memories. It's about making new ones. See, when I took over this role, I made you a promise. I said I'd bring you the best talent in the world, the best stories, the best damn wrestling show on the planet. His eyes narrowed, voice lowering to that signature conspiratorial tone that made fans lean closer to their screens. And I meant it. So tonight, you're gonna see matches you didn't see coming. You're gonna see people step up who you thought were comfortable on the sidelines. You're gonna see rivalries reignited, friendships tested, and a main event that might just change the trajectory of this company for the rest of the year. Triple H's phone buzzed in his other hand, a text from Shawn Michaels. He grinned again. Even now, some things never changed. He shot back a quick almost done and focused back on the recording. You know, there's this thing people keep asking me. Hunter, when's the next big thing happening? When are you gonna pull the trigger on something shocking? I'll tell you this, you don't have to wait for SummerSlam. You don't have to wait for WrestleMania. The next big thing? It's happening tonight. He set his phone down, standing up now, camera catching his full frame, black suit, no tie, the look of a man always ready for a fight if need be. There's a locker room back there, he said, nodding past the camera, full of people who eat, sleep, breathe this business. And they're hungry. You think you know what's gonna happen when Cody Rhodes steps into the ring tonight? When Rhea Ripley gets on the mic? When someone you haven't seen in months shows up and drops a bomb on everyone? You don't. A flicker of that old rebel in him shone through, the man who once stormed down the ramp with DX, sledgehammer in hand, to break all the rules. That unpredictability? That's Raw. That's WWE. That's what we do best. So here's my message to every single one of you watching at home, or thinking about tuning in: don't blink. Don't get up for a snack. Don't switch the channel. Because if you do, you're gonna miss something you'll be talking about all week. A crew member waved at him, giving him the wrap it up signal. He nodded, but his eyes stayed locked on the lens. I'll leave you with this, Triple H said, voice calm, low, dangerous, the way only he could deliver it. For everyone back there tonight, for every man and woman lacing up their boots, this isn't just another night at work. This is the night they remind the world that Raw is still the standard. Still the proving ground. Still the place where legends are born and moments live forever. He reached out and grabbed the phone, bringing it closer as he spoke his final words. And if you think you've seen it all, you haven't seen anything yet. Trust me. With that, he ended the recording and tapped post, his message instantly blasting out to millions across WWE's social platforms. He tucked the phone in his pocket, exhaled, and cracked his knuckles. Behind him, the show's opening pyro was moments away. He could hear the roar of the crowd beyond the black curtain, fans chanting, signs waving, kids on their parents' shoulders wearing replica belts far too big for them. Triple H stood there for a second, soaking it in. For all the years, all the battles in and out of the ring, this was still where he felt most alive, right before the curtain rose, right before chaos unfolded, right before Monday Night Raw reminded the world who they were. A production assistant leaned in, headset slipping off one ear. Hey, boss. We're good to go. Any last changes? Triple H shook his head, eyes flicking to the monitor showing the opening video package queued up. No changes, he said. Let's show him why we're the best. He stepped aside as the countdown began. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The pyro exploded. The Raw theme song hit. The cameras panned over a sea of screaming fans. The lights hit the ring, the stage, the commentary table. And backstage, Triple H stood with his arms folded, watching it all unfold. He knew every surprise booked tonight, every return, every twist, every shocking betrayal waiting to drop jaws from coast to coast. He knew who'd win, who'd lose, and who'd walk out with the entire WWE universe talking. But for now, he allowed himself a grin, just for him. Monday Night Raw was about to begin. And under his watch, it was about to be unforgettable. Because the game never stops playing.